Welcome all to Mirror Versus. Now, you're probably asking, what the hell is Mirror Versus? Your host, Hunter, here will explain the rules. Mirror Versus involves two players facing head to head in elimination brackets, based on yours truly, Hunter, the host's topic. Now, if you look to the top right hand corner, that's the topic of this episode. Summer movies. I got two random contestants to give me 16 different summer movies in two brackets going head to head. Bracket 1 and bracket 2. Now, as you see, the brackets were filled out. See, I don't have time to really explain to you and go through each bracket. But what I do have is answers. So practically in bracket 1, the first round, I had the public opinions vote on which movie they thought was better. And it would move on to the next round. Now, in bracket 1, as you see, all these movies beat out the others. Now, I'm not going to tell you who picked which movie, because each contestant picked 8 movies for each bracket. But we'll get into it later on what this round is based on. The second round was strictly just based on rating. Was the rating more than the other movie in the sense of their score? Simple as that. But the next rounds, you get to witness live. Now, I have two contestants sitting in a Discord call with me, about to discuss what to do for the show, because I haven't really gave them that much information, and I don't plan on giving them that much information, other than the fact that they are going to be fighting for their movies still. Now, in each bracket, they both have 4 movies left. Now, I haven't told them yet what the 4 are. They're going to find out shortly. But, this is where the fun begins. They will be actually debating against each other and trying to convince your host why their movie is better. This is going to be fun. Now, I'll happily introduce my two guests, Cece and Casey. Hey, guys. You're live.
Wow.
All right, guys. I want you guys to introduce yourselves real quick. Cece, you go first.
Oh no. I was gonna make Casey go first. Okay. Hello.
Who's Casey?
I'm Cece. I'm really cool. I'm like Hunter's best friend. He loves me more than Chaz. That's it. That's my intro.
Jury's out on that one.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Granted.
Casey, give us a nice introduction.
Hi, I'm Casey.
All right. Welcome. So, I haven't really told you guys that much what we're doing. Obviously. Because I want to keep it a surprise, in a sense.
You've kept us in the dark this whole time.
I have.
Very little scraps of news and things to find out.
No, you can't see my screen. But right now, I'm showing the first bracket on what you guys are going to be fighting against.
Okay.
So your goal is to convince me why your movie is better than the other movie.
Won't be hard. My movies are better.
Based on summertime themes. Because if you remember, the topic I gave you were summer movies.
That's right.
I do recall.
Okay. So, we're looking at bracket 1 right now. Bracket 1 has Back to the Future versus Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Pirates of the Caribbean, Wolf of Wall Street. Mamma Mia, Lilo and Stitch. And Logan and Infinity War.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't told the audience which movie's which, and whose movies are what movies, in a sense. Because I wanted you guys to reveal your guys' movies because I want you guys to argue, or not argue,
Are you
more
are you gonna
convince
be
me.
upset if we don't remember what our movies were?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I don't remember what movies I picked.
Well, like for one of these brackets, I at one point had both of these movies on my list, so now I'm just
Yeah.
confused.
All right, so to make it easier for you, I could tell
Yeah.
you what your movies were.
That would help
Uh,
dramatically.
Yeah, I would like that.
yeah.
You could just
So,
edit it out.
nah, we're gonna just leave it in. We're gonna keep it fresh because we don't care.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
practically in bracket 1,
Yeah.
it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Back to the Future. Now, those were actually both CC movies.
They were correct.
So, to spice up the game, because I can, because I'm the host,
Uh-huh.
we're going to take those two movies and we're going to take the other side of the bracket, which was Logan and Infinity War, which were
Yeah.
Casey's movies, and we're going to flip flop two of the movies to face one another.
But why would you do that?
Because we want you guys to be competing against each other.
Oh,
What it-
yes. I
Wait.
do enjoy that idea.
Yes.
It's a novel,
So like
novel little idea.
I get to pick what movie goes against like which one of Casey's movies.
I will let you guys decide which two you would like to switch against each other. And if you can't decide, then the host will pick.
Host.
Okay.
I feel like the host should always pick. I feel like it'll give too much of an advantage to one person.
I
if they
feel
get to
like
pick.
those are four really good movies, and it doesn't really matter what they're going up against because the arguments for all of them could be really decent. Personally, I would put Infinity War against Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Logan versus Back in the Future. But if you guys don't like it and you like the other way, I'll let you do that.
I'm thinking the other way. I like the other way.
Casey?
So that's I like I'm thinking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Logan, and then Back to the Future, Infinity War.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Then we'll start round 1.
Okay.
So practically, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of time. I give you like a minute to come up with arguments why you think your movie is the better summer movie.
You're putting me right on the spot here.
Yeah. You guys gotta. I'll give you a whole minute. I'll even set a timer right now. You get a whole minute to come up with why. We'll do Once Upon a Time in Hollywood versus Logan first. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
I vote Casey starts.
so one of you. So you'll go back and forth. So Casey, you will start with that one, and then the next one,
hold on
Cece
a
will
second
start.
here. Hold on. Wait. Are those both my movies?
No.
No.
We just
You
remember
said Logan?
we switch.
Cece said Logan?
No, you have Logan
No.
versus Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She has Once Upon a Time.
I
in
never
Hollywood.
said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You did,
No.
but remember I had you have to switch it because you both had the same movie. Do you remember? You guys had to switch movies.
There's no point because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's gonna win it.
You don't think you could convince?
No, I can't convince Logan's a better summer movie than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's impossible.
Are you forfeiting the game? Is that what's happening?
Are you?
I'm forfeiting that round. Yeah, 100%.
You're gonna forfeit that round.
Even I would argue that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is more of a summer movie.
Now I want you guys to do this, and you both argue why Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's better.
Oh, no.
Because it would be really funny.
Okay. What does that even mean?
Because oh
My
no.
brain.
We could start with the next round if you wanted to, because that was.
Let's just say let's call it a day. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood won.
That one in. Yeah, it
Next
wins that one in. There's
All right.
Logan. There's no question. Those two up against each other. Just that there's no choosing between those two.
Yeah, Casey doesn't even want to try to argue because he knows I'm right.
I can't.
So.
Well, it's not that you were right. I picked the same movie as you.
No, it's I'm right.
I want to say
no.
we literally just started the game show, and you guys already somehow made this more complicated than not. Um,
I think you
I
and
I,
Casey
pre-
made this more
I'm not
complicated.
gonna lie.
I'd argue it's
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
placement. I'd argue it's the placement. I
I
could argue Logan against other movies. That movie I can't argue it against.
well,
I would argue that was your
that's why I
your
said
failure of placing
you,
it correctly.
whoa. I let you guys place it. I literally
I
said
never placed that there.
I
I never placed that
I
there.
literally said Back to the Future versus Logan is better because it's easier to argue.
I would. I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't put Logan against anything other than another superhero movie.
I think Casey's just saying that my movies are better than his, and we should just call it
No,
a
it's
video.
we
Um,
had the same one. We had the same movie.
Yeah, yep, sure. Excuses.
Cece's just saying this.
All right,
because she's
round one goes to CC. Once upon a time, in Hollywood.
Yeah.
On to the next round.
Yeah.
Back to the Future verse Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yep. This I could argue.
All right, Casey,
I'm
you got a
freezing.
minute. CC, you got a minute. Casey,
Wait. Casey, go first. I want Casey
yeah,
to go first.
Casey will be going first because
What one am I defending here? Which one am I
you are defending Infinity War.
Oh my god.
All right, amazing.
Remember, you're trying to convince me why it's a better summer movie, not why it's a better movie.
Okay. Easy.
All right, your time starts now.
Well, for one, we can just go down to the bare.
No,
bare
you get a minute to think of what you want to argue, and then you will argue it.
Oh, I can go automatically. I already know what I'm going to say.
All right. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah. Minute on the clock.
Wait a minute.
What are you laughing at?
If anyone needs a minute, CC here. I got this one in the bag.
All right. I deafened them so they don't know. Practically, this is gonna be really fun, in a sense, because I strongly believe that, personally speaking, I like both movies a lot, like very, very much. I don't have a real bias on either one, but summertime movie, it's hard to say because they're both very summery, but oh man, I gotta hear the arguments. I don't even know which one I'd pick, honestly. Alright. We'll tune back in. Alright. Your minute is up. Alright, Casey.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you on Infinity War. Well, for one, if we go down with the bare bones timeline of the movie, Back to the Future takes place during the school year, which means it's not eligible to even be during the summertime. Whereas Infinity War does take place during the summertime. Nearing the end. Well, actually, no. They're both at the end of the school year, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Back to the Future isn't. Back to the Future isn't, but Peter is going. He's. It's like the last week of school. So
No. Okay.
arguably better timeline for Infinity War. Also, Infinity War is a good vibe, and it's a 1 day long movie, meaning it takes place all in 1 day. You don't have to go over many days. It's one of those movies where the pace feels incredible. It's sunny a lot of the movie when they're on Earth. They're fighting a lot of outside scenes as well. It really gives me that summer vibe, whereas I'd argue Back to the Future isn't very summery at all, and it's all very school related, and just I mean, first thing I would want to do when I get out of school during the summertime is I wouldn't want to go watch more stuff about school, but that's just personally me. But yeah, that's my defense at least.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, Cece.
All right. Now, okay. Let me just let me put you on this, Casey. First, with a rebuttal here, you said that Infinity War was a feel-good summertime movie. Now, I could argue that Infinity War is actually not a feel-good movie at all, even like a little bit.
Debatable, but okay.
No, I don't remember watching Infinity War, and at the end of that movie, I was like, man, I feel like a better person. I don't think
You're right. You're right. Nobody
Yeah,
laughed during the Squidward scene.
I
Nobody
am.
laughed.
Nope. I'm right. I am right. I am.
Okay.
All right. Another rebuttal here. I will remind you that in Back to the Future, when Marty goes back and he's, like going to see his teenage mom, let me remind you what he was trying to do. He was trying to set his parents up at prom. Do you know when prom takes place, Casey?
Is
The
it
end of the
confirmed
school year.
prom? Is it confirmed prom?
Yes, it is. It's the
Yes,
That's
end of the
confirmed.
school year.
it is confirmed.
That's part of the lore.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Back to the Future
Hmm.
lore. Now,
Debatable.
another thing is adding to this is that summertime,
Mm.
every summertime personally, I'm a big like adventure kind of guy.
Mm.
Back to the Future is one of those movies that you can see yourself going to a drive-in movie theater and watching and enjoying a wacky, fun adventure of a cool teenager and his crazy old doctor friend going back in time.
Okay. I
Mhm,
don't.
mhm.
Well,
I would
that's
also
your
like
argument.
to
There isn't
add.
with the movie though. That's with the timeline of life. There are barely any drive-in movies, and if there were drive-in movie theaters, I believe they would be showing Infinity War because it is a box office success.
No, Casey. Drive-in movie theaters. The whole premise of it is just like watching a movie outdoors. Now, I know
Right.
you know
Okay.
me, and that you've watched a movie outdoors in my backyard on a projection all the time.
Yeah.
It's the same energy there. Also, I would like to say that the
Cece, I just want
soundtrack.
to point out though, I
Oh,
do want
Casey.
to, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm going to let you finish, but I would say that your argument here so far is based not on your movie. It's more based on the way you're watching the movie, which is not very solid in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But continue. But continue.
I will. I will continue, Casey.
Yeah.
I will. I would also like to add that the soundtrack to the Back to the Future, it really is adding to the summertime energy. Really is the old like 80s rock kind of energy is really given, like boys are back in town kind of energy that just makes you want to
But that
go
song isn't in
outside.
the movie, is it? Mm.
No, I'm saying it shares the
Ah.
same energy, Casey. The same energy is
Mm.
makes you just want to go outside and enjoy a nice summer day and have a crazy wacky adventure. Case closed.
Mm. Mm. 1 second.
Yep.
I'm back. Sorry.
Casey, get off
Little
Fortnite.
family argument there.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Continue.
That'll be the end of the discussion round.
Mhm. Mhm.
I like the arguments. I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate on both of them. I did deafen before, like when you guys were coming up with ideas, and I told the audience how I thought this round was gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
see, I didn't really know which one to pick
Right.
because, in my opinion, you both are right. They aren't in the summer. They're
Mhm.
close.
Right.
They're both very close.
Right.
Um, and I'll say this: Cece did have a point with the fact that Infinity War is not a happy movie, but I didn't say it had to be happy. To be
Right.
honest, I never
Yep.
specified.
Correct.
I was very vague, obviously, what I wanted for good
Mm.
reason, because I can make up the rules myself because I'm the host. Um,
Mhm.
but in a sense, she kind of had a good argument with the drive-in theater. I didn't want to
Mhm.
see Infinity War in a drive-in theater. I wanted to see that thing in a theater because you want to
Mhm.
like. But Back to the Future, on the other hand, I could see going to a drive-in theater and watching it because it's one of
Mhm.
those retro-y kind of
But once
old-time
again though,
movies.
you have to argue here. Is are you arguing the way you're watching the movie rather than the actual movie itself? I don't. You could
Um,
like that's a whole separate debate right there. If any movie you're watching in a drive-in theater is a summer way to watch a movie, whereas
I've
you could watch a snowy movie in a drive-in theater in the middle of the summer.
but you won't. That's weird.
Right, but you know what
You
I
won't.
mean.
I,
You
I'll
know what I
I'll
mean.
say this. They're both really good movies. I think both of your arguments were good. Um,
Mm.
I think it was better than the first
Mhm.
round.
Yep.
um,
Mhm.
I I do think though that Back to the Future is
Wait,
a better
wait.
summer
Give me a
movie.
second.
Don't
Um,
Wait.
interrupt him. He's the host.
I
I
was looking at something. I was looking at the release date, but I stand corrected. Okay.
yeah, I do think Back to the Future is a better summertime movie.
It's because it is.
But I will say this: if it wasn't
Mm.
summer theme, I would 100% guarantee you that Infinity War is a better movie than Back to the Future.
Yeah, me
Overall,
too.
overall, it is a
I
better
would
movie.
agree with that too.
But for summertime purposes, I think Back to the Future is more of a summertime movie.
Correct. Good answer.
Which is nice. I mean, it's easy to deal with. I think it's a good, relaxing movie. It's adventure-y. I think it has a lot of quotable moments in it. And yeah, it's something I actually now want to go see in a drive-in theater. Thank you for that idea. That I
You're welcome.
Sadly,
uh,
sadly, they're all closed because
yes, sadly,
economy and
yeah,
Joe Biden.
No, they're
yeah,
not. There's one in like the Fulton area by like Albany.
Who's
yeah.
Fulton? And I don't care about his name.
But yeah,
Whatever.
so the second round will go to CC with Back to the Future. Now
Oh
Woo!
we're gonna go to the lower bracket or the
God.
lower half of this bracket, and then
Mhm.
we'll come back
Mhm.
up because we're gonna do bracket one, and then we're gonna go to bracket two. So we're gonna finish all the bracket one, and then we're gonna go to bracket two, and then bracket one will face
Correct.
bracket two. Now
Correct.
I
Okay.
will say this: the brackets were kind of even in the sense of like who has stronger movies. I think that CC had a stronger bracket one, and I think Casey had a stronger bracket two. So it will
Mhm.
Hmm.
be close. But you
Mhm.
could convince me. Like this next one's gonna be tough for someone. Very very tough because I definitely see this one. But the next round
Mhm.
is
Hmm.
Pirates of the Caribbean
Mhm.
Ha
Mhm. Yup.
versus Wolf of Wall Street.
Yup.
ha. Ha.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
Who's defending what here? Who's defending what?
Casey, you will have Wolf of Wall Street. Cece, you will
Oh.
have Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I hate that
Oh.
movie, so this is easy.
I will say this.
Can we argue that they are both
Um,
fine movies here?
they are both really good movies. They
Mhm.
both, I enjoy both of them. I regularly watch both.
Yeah. Mm.
I will say to you guys, good luck. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you will have, for this one, I will give you 2 minutes. Um, because there's a lot to these movies. They are longer movies than the other two
Hmm.
Correct.
rounds. So, and the next round will be a little different. I'll explain what will be going on in the next round. But
Yeah.
until then, you have 2 minutes starting now. Good luck. All right, all right. I muted them. We're gonna take away this bracket one, and we're gonna go back to me. This is the segment where I would be talking about my sponsors. The show is sponsored by no one right now because it's episode one and no one's ever seen it. Um, Maybe in the future we'll get a sponsor. But shout out to no sponsors. Yeah. Right now, both contestants have 2 minutes. Obviously, just as I said, down to almost a minute now. There is one movie in particular that I think is going to win this round. I am curious the argument that they'll have, but I am like 99% sure one is more of a summer movie than the other because of based on when it takes place, based on just a bunch of other things. But yeah, there's one movie, and one movie is considered better than the other, in my eyes. It's all opinion. But I am the host, and I am the Supreme Lord of the show, so I get to choose, because I get to have fun. Yes. Um, let's listen in on what they are doing. Probably nothing, but we'll see.
You're bad at
Stop arguing with me.
Terrible.
You're bad at the game. You're not good at playing Fortnite.
You're bad at the game.
If this whole thing was debating Fortnite, I would win.
No, wrong, incorrect. No. If it was debating that,
Okay, I lied. My contestants are kind of dumb. Not even talking about the movies. But their time is going to be up right now. Let's tune in and tell the contestants what we're doing. All right, 2 minutes are up. Cece, you will be starting this round with Pirates of the Caribbean.
okay. Alright.
You can go.
Are we ready? Here we go. Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean is, in my opinion, the perfect summertime flick. It follows a pirate on the Caribbean going on some squashbuckling adventures.
Squashbuckling?
This movie, squash banana buckling.
That's not even how you pronounce it, but sure.
What do you mean that's not how you pronounce it?
It's swashbuckling.
Squashbuckling.
No, it's swashbuckling.
Okay,
Swash.
maybe it's swashbuckling.
I'd argue I just won.
The book Pirates of the
you mean,
Caribbean,
like, the
Jack
specific,
Sparrow,
like,
was
month?
first
Like, does it take
published in
place
Yeah, when does the
2010.
month- When does the month take place? You know what? I can
don't
look it up for you.
know.
How about that? I'll look it up for
Look
you.
it up for me, Casey. Look it up for me, Casey. Why don't you do that? Go ahead, Casey. Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Don't give me some
Um,
false answer.
It takes place.
Mhm.
Right now I'm finding the year. The year's 1750.
Mhm. I knew that.
1712 for some of them.
Yeah. Huh.
There's no month. It's just saying between the 17. I'm looking. We'll continue it out. We'll get it.
Okay. I'm gonna continue that.
Yeah.
This movie, Pirates. We'll start with just the concept of pirates. Is a very summertimey type thing. You associate with pirates with summertime. They're swashbuckling, they're adventurous, they're carefree. Alright? It's just like going out about on the town with your friends and just making chaos. Think about it this way. Again, during the summer, a lot of corporations and places and stuff like that, they have pirate weekend. Because nothing says summer like a pirate. Okay. Point 2. This movie takes place on the water. Yo. It is a warm climate and just a guy on a boat in the water trying to just have some fun. And if that's not saying summertime to you, then I don't know what is. This movie also has a very interesting but simple plot. So if it's something you're just trying to enjoy around the fire with your friends, it's a simple plot that everyone can understand and have fun with. Plus, it's got a little bit of everything. It's got a little bit of adventure for the carefree days. A little bit of an adventure. A little bit of a summer fling romance. It's got a little bit of everything. And that I rest my case with that. Hello?
Casey,
Hey.
thank you. Thank you for the argument. Casey, you're up.
Well, I'm defending Wolf of Wall Street. There's not much that needs to be said. Half of the stuff that CC just said there could be argued for Wolf of Wall Street as well, especially the part about a man being on a boat in the middle of the water. There's a whole portion of this movie, and a dramatic event takes place on a guy's boat in the middle of the water in this movie. But let alone, what's more summertime feeling than doing what you want? And, summertime, you get all that freedom. Most people are finally off from school, so they can spend days however they want. You know who else gets to spend days the way they want? Jordan Belfort, because he's unbelievably rich, and he also has a yacht. So he's also on the water. The music choice in that movie is amazing. It gets you in that summer vibe. You got some Foo Fighters in there. You got some boom, boom, boom. It's like whale, whale. Everybody, it's a great song. It's a great song. Some great choices in there. Great actors as well. I'd argue there's a lot better actors in Wolf of Wall Street than Pirates of the Caribbean as well. So you're having just an overall better movie there. But summertime, you can watch it all year round. That's what's making it amazing. It's not just an amazing summer movie. It's an amazing winter movie. It's an amazing fall movie. It's an amazing spring movie. You can watch it all year round, and it's never going to let you down. It's never going to run around and hurt you either.
So wait, Casey.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that Wolf of Wall Street is not a movie that is specifically good for summer? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, I am saying it's specifically good for summer, but it's also specifically good for every season. It's incredible.
Meaning, okay.
The vibes are immaculate. Summertime overall, though, because it is. I mean, he is on the water for many a scene, and it's incredible. I mean, watching Leo DiCaprio stand on the top of his yacht while FBI agents try and basically plot how they're going to arrest him while he just throws money at them, calling them fun coupons, is the most fun I've ever had on the water. And I didn't even have that time on the water, but I watched him do it, and that's what made me feel very, very enthralled as a human being. So I would argue that Wolf of Wall Street is a better movie.
Okay. But not a better summertime movie.
A better summertime movie. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Oh, okay.
The only thing you have is Johnny Depp.
All right.
Okay.
Like I said before, CC just has a way stronger bracket one.
I disagree.
I
agree.
am sorry to Wolf of Wall Street. I think Wolf of Wall Street is a fantastic movie. I think it's better than Pirates of the Caribbean. But Pirates is 100% a better summertime movie. Like, by far.
You're insane.
By far.
You're insane.
Not only that, listen to me. And here's the biggest argument to it. Wolf of Wall Street came out on Christmas Day. Pirates of the Caribbean came out in the summer.
Yup.
So,
You want to know something else about Pirates of the Caribbean, though, as well?
What?
Known pedophile.
Yeah. I don't think that affects my system. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one to Pirates of the Caribbean. I saw that coming, to be honest.
That's insane.
Overall,
No.
like there are parts of Wolf of Wall Street that are definitely summertime, but the entire Pirates of the Caribbean movie is summer. Like it just takes place during the summer.
But is it? Is it really?
Yeah.
It is. He's right.
So practically, bracket one has unfortunately practically been close because the rest of the movies are CC movies. So this is how we're going to do this. The very next round is Lilo and Stitch versus Mamma Mia. CC, I will let you choose which movies you want to be in the final.
How are you letting her choose? She basically gets to pick her favorite of the two. This just seems poorly made.
Because I'm
Casey,
winning, so
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said,
if anything, Casey gets the advantage. He's behind 3-1 or 3-0.
That's not how Total Drama Island works.
This is the
Casey.
thing.
That's not how this works.
At the end, bracket 1 will be facing bracket 2. And like I said, bracket 2 is heavily favored your way.
Alright.
So, when we get there, you'll see. So, Mamma Mia versus Lilo and Stitch. Which one do you think is a better time summer movie? I'll even let Casey pick which one he thinks is better.
Casey, let me hear your input. What's your favorite one out of the two?
It's Lilo and Stitch, I would say.
It's Lilo and Stitch versus Mamma Mia.
Summertime movie would, Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, I think personally, I do think this is a very even bracket here. But yeah, I think I think I would have to go with Lilo and Stitch if I'm given which one's a better summer movie. Yeah, and I think Lilo and Stitch is a better summer movie for a broader audience. Like Mamma Mia is a good summer movie for like a smaller audience, if that makes any sense.
I don't even know who you are legally.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep. Alright.
Perfect. All right. So, let me update bracket 1 real quick.
Updated.
And we're updated. All right. So practically, there are 4 movies left in bracket 1, which, like again, we're going to have you guys pick what you guys believe, because it's all CC movies. Bracket 1 will definitely be going to CC. But out of the 4 left, there's 2 that I see in particularly stronger than the others.
Right.
So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood versus Pirates of the Caribbean.
Versus Cat in the Hat. Incredible film.
Great film, but not summer.
Oh.
It's more of a winter time, to be honest.
I don't know.
So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is in the summer. It got released in the summer. The whole movie's in the summer. So is Pirates of the Caribbean. So, I'll let you guys decide. What do you think is more?
Out of what?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Pirates of the Caribbean? Now remember, CC will get the final say because it's her movies. And you gotta remember, whatever movie wins this bracket will be going against bracket 2's movies. So you do want to pick the strongest one.
I think I think
Once Upon a Time.
I would say that Once Upon a Time is probably more summery, solely based on the fact that it is. I mean, when you think of both movies, you're obviously thinking of the heat and the water here. But the one thing that Once Upon a Time doesn't have that Pirates has is scary moments. Pirates has zombies, ghouls, creeps, skeletons. So arguably, I could say that almost fits better for like a fall movie in some aspects, especially for Halloween time. I've even seen it on TV during Halloween time. So, I mean, you can argue both ways, but I would say primarily Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the strongest summer movie.
This is very, very difficult. Because I'm gonna try not to be biased. Because there's a movie that I enjoy overall more than the other, but I'm trying to ignore that and just think about what's a better summer movie. I don't. They both have.
Who even are you?
I'm not sure, Casey. I'm thinking about it.
I personally actually agree with Casey on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree with Casey, but I didn't want to come out.
She didn't want to admit it.
yeah, she didn't want to. Yeah. No, I actually do agree with him. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is more of a summer movie. It's literally like very clear summertime.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna
more of a Fortnite movie, I'd say. I think it's closer to a Fortnite collab than Pirates is.
Yeah.
So the next one is Back to the Future versus Lilo and Stitch. I don't even know if this should be an argument. There is one that is super clearly more summer than the other.
Oh, yeah.
Lilo.
Yeah.
Easily Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Now, the real question is, for bracket 1, would you rather have Lilo and Stitch representing, or would you rather have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood representing?
Oh. We also. I want to go Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Cringe. Is it okay?
It is up to you, but personally, I would have picked the other way around. Because I think Lilo and Stitch is... It's too late. It's
I wanted to think about it, but I'll stick with my answer anyways.
Yeah, they're both good choices. Don't get me wrong. They're both really good. All right. That is the end of bracket 1. How do you feel about your movie?
Cheated, lied to, betrayed.
I feel
all
great.
senses.
Casey just doesn't want to admit that he has a worse taste in movies than I do.
I'd argue that the first bracket was heavily leaning towards CC. So I feel very betrayed as a human being.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you, I did mention that bracket 2 is more favored your way, and I'm looking at bracket 2. The stream is looking at bracket 2. We are all looking at bracket 2 except for you two because you're in the dark.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't like that, Hunter.
It's how it is. I have to leave you guys in the dark. You can't know. But
That's what they call me. They call me Johnny Dark.
time
What?
for bracket 2, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, bracket 2. The movies we'll be representing are Zombieland versus Scott Pilgrim, Solo versus The Dark Knight, Superbad versus Jaws, and Baby Driver versus Nemo. Now, I'm going to inform you that a lot of these movies are Casey's movies.
Yeah, I can recognize.
That's because they're better movies.
No, Casey.
I mean, technically speaking, they are.
Okay.
I'd argue I
Well,
think movies in the last one too.
Technically speaking, how they made it this far is because they are better movies.
Well,
True.
okay.
All right. So round 1 is Zombieland versus Scott Pilgrim. Now,
That's right.
Casey, you will be representing Zombieland. Cece, you will be representing
That's right.
Scott Pilgrim.
All right.
I'll give you 2 minutes. Starting now. Good luck. We'll be cutting back to me, and as followed, this would be also a time where I'd be thanking a sponsor, but we have no sponsors, like I said, because this is episode 1, never aired. So instead, you're just gonna sit here and talk to me for like 2 minutes. Your host, Hunter. Pretty awesome. Pretty much, what I'm gonna say is this: bracket 2 is heavily favored of Casey. In particular, I do see one movie way stronger than the rest of them too. But you never know. Maybe they'll have some really good defenses on their movies. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for bracket 1 is really strong. I would have went Lilo and Stitch because I think that's more of a summertime movie. But I even almost would argue Pirates is more of a summertime movie. But I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just really is a strong contender for summertime too. I don't think it's the best movie on the list overall. If I was going best movie, I actually do think The Dark Knight would win this because the rating on The Dark Knight is actually insane. But is The Dark Knight really the best summertime movie? Now you see, some of you might be questioning, are all these movies actually summertime movies? And in fact, I don't actually agree. I don't think half these are. But I didn't tell the contestants that they could just submit any movie and I'll take it because I wanted them to know that I am the final judge, not them. Now, I do let them go to the end of the round and practically pick which one they are, just like in bracket 1, in case it's probably going to have the same opportunity in bracket 2. But the final round is all me. I'm the one that's going to be contesting and saying which one should win, not them. But they don't know that yet. Alright, let's cut back to bracket 2 and let's go back to them. Alright, guys. That's 2 minutes up.
Incredible.
Sorry, I was thinking my sponsors. So, in a sense, Casey, you will be starting.
Incredible.
Take it away.
Take it away. Well, let's get right into it. First of all, before I say anything about my movie, I'd like to just say that Scott Pilgrim is a movie surrounded in snow. I don't know if you're looking for a summertime movie that is basically taking place all in snowy weather, but let alone, aside from that, Zombieland is, from what I remember, no snow was ever seen in that movie. It's a travel movie. You go across parts of the country. It ends in a carnival, which I don't know a better way to signify the summer than going to a carnival. It also takes place in parts of California as well, so another really sunny area. It's very sunny throughout the entire movie. It's one of the only zombie movies that I can remember that takes place in mostly sunny weather. Very small cast as well. Cowboy hats. Hollywood is even in it. You have the former voice of Garfield, Bill Murray, gets killed in it. It's an incredible scene. Again, another thing, I talk about freedom during the summer. These characters are the most free out of any characters in any movie probably on this bracket, because it's the end of the world. They can do literally anything they want. They break into movie stars' houses and live in them. It's just an overall fun time, and I watch it almost every summertime when it comes around, so there you go.
All right. Cece, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna open my argument. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the color grading and cinematography of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That is a very, very colorful movie, if you recall. Very colorful, and a lot of the colors that we're using in this movie is conveying the emotion and the fact that it's making you as a person feel warmer on the inside. It is very, very uplifting, warm feeling, kind of, visually it's a good warm feeling movie. Okay, now I will continue to go on and say this movie is also a perfect balance between rom-com, which are movies that are very widely enjoyed over the summer. It's a very summertime fling type of energy. So you got your rom-com mixed with your fantasy, because who doesn't like to watch people go on silly adventures over the summer?
Especially in the snow.
No, it's a silly adventure kind of movie, Casey. Silly adventure kind of movie. It's silly and it's adventurous.
So,
also, all right out in the open, it's a comedy. It's a feel-good movie, and you want to feel good in the summer. It's another movie I can see myself going outside and watching with a bunch of friends during the summer, just trying to have a fun time. And then you got the fire going, you got snacks going, and you're just gonna enjoy this feel-good kind of comedy movie. Bright and colorful comedy movie.
It's funny, you said colorful, comedy,
it's colorful,
adventurous, and all those words also describe Zombieland.
I bet they do. Because colorful, I don't remember.
They do.
I don't remember colorful being in Zombieland. Be real with you.
The whole carnival scene.
I'm gonna have to just
the last 30 minutes of the movie.
I'm gonna have to just completely
I'll be real with you.
Annihilate
I'm gonna be real with you.
Right, movie blood.
I didn't like that movie that much, so I cannot recall that.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that it's a better movie. I'm saying that I did watch half of it and I didn't seem to enjoy it at all. Doesn't have Emma Stone. And I will say that I did watch that movie actually, it might have been 2 summers ago now. I forgot when that movie came out.
Wow.
Either way, Scott Pilgrim.
Listen, also, Scott Pilgrim, another thing I would like to say, the soundtrack really does add to the whole summertime energy. personally, for me, it's the same kind of music I'm listening to.
You're
through the
right. There's
summer.
some really slow, folk, sad music.
I don't know if
Very,
that's
very summery.
exactly-
Yeah,
I don't know if
this
that's
round
That soundtrack, I
is a
would know.
complete
I would know.
blowout.
I
Scout
don't know
Program
if
is
that's
100%
exactly-
not a summer
exactly
movie.
the way I described it. But you know what? I'm gonna rest my case here. I'm gonna rest it here.
Yeah, your case is completely shattered. Zombieland is 100 times better as a summer movie than.
I think Hunter died.
So incredible.
I
Oh,
think
they
Hunter just stopped listening.
they can't hear me.
I think he's talking to viewers. right now.
Hello, yeah.
Casey's right.
Hilarious.
I was just talking over you, talking to the viewers
Yeah.
in a sense. Practically, Zombieland 100% annihilates Scott Pilgrim.
I know.
In the summertime.
I had that one coming.
Like 100% annihilates it. Saw that coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
It's okay though. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not like the score's very my favor right now. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not at all, Casey.
The next round is a
I
special
can afford
round
it.
again, where it's two of Casey's movies.
Ah.
So, Casey will be able to decide which one he wants to move forward. The two movies are Solo and The Dark Knight. Now, Casey, which one do you believe is the stronger summer movie?
Summer movie, I'd have to say Dark Knight. I'd have to say Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Solely because The Dark Knight, I mean, obviously Solo doesn't take place on Earth, so I can't really speak toward that. But Dark Knight, I can't tell you one summer that I didn't go watching The Dark Knight with a group of my friends. Like, I can't tell you that. So if that doesn't really tell you that it's a great vibe, then I don't know what does.
Yeah, I'm 100% going to agree on that. I'm pretty sure The Dark Knight annihilates Solo in that sense. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even consider Solo that much of a summertime movie. That's more of just like,
Yeah, me neither.
all around.
I say summer movie just because it's a very, it's Cece's favorite words, adventurous, it's easygoing, feel good.
Yeah, but it's not even on Earth.
It's not on the itinerary, is it?
Yeah.
And it did come out in the winter, if I do recall.
I'm actually,
I think Cece, you were
I'm
against
not
my
shocked that it won against Cece's movie in the beginning, but like I said, in the beginning they weren't rated based on summer movies. It was rated on what people like the most.
Wait,
correct.
can I ask which one of my movies lost to Solo? I'm just curious.
No, you can watch the video and find out.
Oh, word? It's gonna be in the video? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
No, alright.
so what you can't see is my screen shows the entire bracket. I've been switching to the brackets, and practically they can see what's moving on and what's not.
Okay.
So in a sense,
That's right.
the next one is, well, well, these two movies are very different, very drastically different from one another.
Oh no.
The two movies are Superbad and Jaws.
Superbad and what?
Jaws.
Sorry, you broke up. Oh.
Cece, you are Jaws. Casey, you are Superbad. Do I even have to give you time to prep for this? Or
No, you don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty.
You don't. I've already won.
all
No, you
right.
lost.
We're gonna let Cece go first. Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Jaws.
Jaws is a summertime movie. It is. On the water, in the ocean, two guys going out fishing, trying to enjoy themselves, and they come across this giant shark that goes by the name Jaws. That is
Joe Biden.
that movie is almost a perfect embodiment of it is
Right.
perfect
It's a perfect embodiment of Jesus Christ.
of summer. It is a perfect movie. It's got a little bit of everything. It's an iconic movie, period. Very quotable things, especially very quotable lines that people tend to quote and joke about come summertime. And again, what it's about these fishermen hanging out on a boat trying to catch jaws. I mean, when other time are you going out on the water to go fish in the middle of the ocean rather than summer? No other time, mind you. And again, the soundtrack for this movie is iconic. It's an iconic movie soundtrack.
Is it no?
It is, Casey. It is. You're gonna tell me that Jaws doesn't have an iconic movie soundtrack?
No, I just argued that Superbad is a better one.
I think that is a hot take, and I don't think that's a good take at all. And Jaws, perfect summertime movie. I rest my case.
All right, Casey.
Correct.
Superbad.
What do I have to say about Superbad besides that it is
a super
it's about
bad
a party?
movie.
No, it's not a super bad movie. It's an incredible movie. It takes place, I believe it's right at the beginning of summer. At the end of a school year.
End of summer.
These two guys. Yeah, end of summer. Are you sure?
Yeah, I just looked
I
the
thought
whole
He
someone
plot.
doesn't even know what his own movie.
Practically, it's in the summer. I'll give you that. It's practically
All right, okay.
the plot says that they're about to go off to different colleges and they're partying.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
So.
I mean, it's about a party. They're trying to get some girlfriends and move on with their lives because they know that friendship won't last forever, especially because they're going to different colleges. It's just once again, it's a freeing movie. It's a very freeing movie. I enjoy it. Everyone enjoys it. I don't know one person who, besides, well, I mean, maybe CC might have a little bit of an age difference here, being the issue, but it's an incredible film. And I'd argue the world for it. I think it's a great comedy. It's one of the best comedies of all time. And it's also, I mean, it takes place all in one night. I don't want to go against the grain here. All in one night movies are just, in my opinion, more timeline thought out. They don't feel like they're dragging. The pace keeps up because you want to know how this night is going to end for these people. And obviously Jaws is the same way, but I think Superbad's just got it in the bag. I'm more interested in seeing how, this party's going to turn out, if they're going to get girlfriends, rather than how will they stop the shark that comes back 5 more times in another movie. So, that's my argument.
Okay. So while you guys were arguing, I was doing a little research because I think this one, honestly, I generally didn't realize. I was like, all right, Superbad probably didn't release in the summer. Even though it takes place in the summer, I didn't think it was, but it does. It actually releases. It released in August. Jaws released in June, so they're both released in the summer. They're both based around summer. Jaws doesn't really specify though if it's actually in the summer. They could just be somewhere.
Just be a warm
nice.
location. Could just be a warm location.
Yeah, it could just be. Where Superbad actually specifies that it is in the summer. And that's where I think points go there. But I will defend Jaws for a bit in the sense of, one, that it does feel like a summertime movie. I wouldn't want to watch it really any other time because it would be weird.
Hunter, let's argue here. Would you rather watch that movie at all?
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Superbad because it actually states that it's in the summer. I'm not even gonna lie.
Ba-ding, da-ding, da-ding, da-da-da-ding.
Now, I will say this. The next set, there is one way stronger than the other based on what movie's better, but there is one way based on the other which one is like more summery. Like clearly more summery.
Hunter, you leave that for us to decide. Ultimately.
But you can sway my vote because you just did sway my vote. I was gonna originally probably pick Jaws because I thought it was more summery, but then I did some research, and it turns out Superbad
You did a little,
is
little
more
Googling.
summertime.
Yeah.
All right, the next round is the incredible Baby Driver versus Nemo.
Okay, alright, okay.
Casey, you will start. Do you need 2 minutes, guys?
I don't for this one. This is fairly easy for me.
No, I think I'm good too, yeah.
All right, Casey, start off. You are Baby Driver.
Well, what needs to be said about Baby Driver that hasn't already been said over the past couple of years, especially by me? I've said many of the stuff. Baby Driver is just an incredible film. Let alone summer film. It takes place. I'm pretty sure you could actually look it up. It is during warm weather. Nemo, arguably, it could take place anytime, all of the year. Australia is a fairly warm country. So I feel like it's, on that end, it's kind of one-sided there. As for Baby Driver just being an incredible film, again, it's people doing some crazy shit, and it makes the movie more fun. It's more wild. There's more going on. I don't know. Arguably it's outside. You're outside. You're getting more sunlight. Nemo is a very sunny movie, like I said, but it can take place any time of the year. Just because it's water doesn't mean that it's summery. It's about fish, whereas Baby Driver, it's a fun time you can sit down and watch with anybody. I've never seen one person sit down and watch it that doesn't like Baby Driver, whereas some people I could argue might not be as in the mood for Nemo. That's my argument.
All right, it's easy.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna argue. I'm gonna start off. Casey said that some people might not be in the mood for Nemo, rather than they would always be in the mood for Baby Driver. I don't think that's true. I think part of the reason why Nemo makes for a good summertime movie is that it is also kind of like a family-friendly movie. Not only like
who are you?
family-friendly, more like the whole group of friends can come over and enjoy Nemo. No matter who you are, everyone's gonna enjoy Nemo. And what better way to spend your summer days than outside with your friends and family, enjoying a flick together? Personally,
but who wouldn't enjoy
I don't believe Baby Driver is fun for the whole family to be sitting down and enjoying. I just don't think so. Also, Nemo is a very sunny, bright, colorful feeling and looking film. It does take place in the ocean, and it also does take place on land. It takes place in both places. And when other time of the year are you thinking about the ocean and what's going on in the ocean than in the summertime? It's a warm movie. Everything's warm. Casey, stop speaking. It's a warm movie. It makes you feel warm. It takes place in a warm setting. Um, it's just a great movie. And again, there's plenty of sunshine in the film. It's a very colorful. I mean, you got your seagulls, you got your sea turtles. I mean, the sea is a very staple piece of a summertime film and just summertime in general. And I rest my case there.
All right. Yeah, no. Yeah, I have to give this to Nemo. Like,
Why? Why would you?
They literally point out in the movie when they're at the dentist's office that it's like summer. Like,
Correct.
so.
Do they really?
Baby Driver, they don't point out anything. We don't know what time of year it was. We don't actually know that much about it. to be honest.
But
That's time of
here's
year.
the thing. She mentions
I
it's warm. Is it
like.
warm though? It's dark for a lot of the movie, and it's also we don't know where in the water.
Well,
It's probably very cold water.
they're in the ocean. It's not even water. They're in the goddamn ocean.
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. The water.
I'll say this. Baby Driver overall is a way better movie. Like, way better.
Yeah, sure.
But Summertime, yeah, Nemo's gonna have to take that. All right. So we got 2 more rounds, and then the final for this bracket, and then we're gonna compete the 2 brackets. So this next round will be Casey. You get to pick which you want representing in the final for this bracket between Zombieland or Superbad.
It's tough. Zombieland, I'd argue.
Zombieland. All right. We'll just make it easy. Why?
Why Zombieland?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Zombieland it gives me more of a summer vibe. It's more traveling, sunny, bright, funny. It's a comedy. It also takes place at a carnival, which, like I said, is a very staple summer location.
All right, fair.
But yeah, that's what I'd say.
All right, the next one is The Dark Knight versus Nemo. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna even have you argue this. I'm gonna be straight up with you. They both take place in the summer. They both were released in the summer. But Gotham has proven that their winters do get snow, and there is no snow in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So most likely, and Gotham is supposed to be New Jersey, so it's upper. So if it's warm out, it has to be summer. Where Nemo does point out that it's summer, but overall, I'm going to give this to The Dark Knight.
It could take place all year round.
Yeah, overall, I'm gonna have to give it to The Dark Knight because we know The Dark Knight's time period specifically when it is based on the weather conditions. So
I don't. Okay, I don't agree with that, but sure.
I think they're both good movies. I mean, it's super clear Dark Knight is honestly, if it had to be best movies of all time, The Dark Knight would be winning this completely because of the rating on it. But this is summertime.
I personally don't believe The Dark Knight is a summer movie, but that's just me.
It takes place in the summer. It got released in the summer. The trilogy. No, but the trilogy is based on the Batman Begins.
You keep
was
arguing
supposed
with
to
the
be
host, and you're gonna end up getting points deducted.
No, I'm not.
The imaginary points, obviously.
I'm so honest at this point. I'm not even arguing. I'm just curious why it would be a summer movie.
Because if you look when all of it's gonna be, like where they all like, so Batman Begins is like fall winter.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight, spring summer.
Yeah.
And then the third one is end of summer into fall. So they did a year of like lapping.
Okay.
And The Dark Knight would be the summer one.
Okay.
Like I said, I think Nemo, great summertime film. I do recommend it. But overall, I just don't think it's a better summertime movie than Dark Knight. Only because of The Dark Knight, like I said, is 1, a fantastic movie. 2, it takes place during the summer. 3, it got released in the summer. 4, it just has so many odds, like so much stacking for it. Where Nemo only had, it was released in the summer, and we can associate that it's super nice weather based on the dental office scene.
All right.
So
okay.
Where we can actually confirm the Dark Knight's time because we know where it's located in the Earth world.
Right. I guess.
So Casey, this leaves a choice. For bracket 2, would you rather have The Dark Knight representing you or Zombieland?
Dark Knight.
Now, are you sure? Because, personally speaking, I don't think The Dark Knight is more of a summertime film than Zombieland, because I think Zombieland has more going for it. But if you want The Dark Knight, I'll give you The Dark Knight.
No.
Well, Cece, what do you think?
We'll go for it.
What do I think?
Yeah, which one do you think is more of a summertime film? Out of those two?
Summertime film, probably Zombieland. If we're going better movie in general, Dark Knight. But summertime wise, yeah. I'll say Zombieland maybe.
Now, Casey, don't let us sway your opinion.
No, it goes
This is
Zombieland.
Zombieland? Alright. I'm only saying Zombieland because it has a lot of defenses to it.
Zombieland.
Alright. So let me update the brackets.
Oh, Black Betty.
That's the end of bracket 2. We're going to go to bracket 1. We're going to change bracket 1 and update it. I believe, yep. So we're going to show the stream bracket 1. Bracket 1 had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood win. Let me quickly update bracket 2. This one's going to take a little bit more time because I didn't prep it. Bracket 2. Alright. And now we're going to go to bracket 2. Bracket 2 had Zombieland winning. Now, you both have a movie in. CC, you won bracket 1. Casey, you won bracket 2. So congratulations. You both are winners.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to, like I said, the game show it's called Mirror Versus. And I like to have people verse each other. So since there's not a clear winner of what is the actual best movie, we're going to have you guys decide one more round. What do you think is actually a better summertime movie? Is it Zombieland or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'd say Zombieland.
And this is where you guys can argue.
Well, summertime, obviously. Obviously, you're watching some movies. You get a lot of time on your hands. But a lot of time doesn't mean you want to spend a lot of time watching a single movie, a singular movie. There's a lot of movies to watch. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's a very, very long film. I just think Zombieland is more digestible. It also is short enough to the point where you could do a double feature that night, throw in another movie afterward. Whereas, I mean, speaking from personal experience, when we went over to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as a group, we could only watch that one movie for that night. There was no double feature. So I'd argue that Zombieland is just a better overall. If you're going to watch a movie during the summertime with your friends, I feel like Zombieland is just more fun. The ending of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood probably has the over on Zombieland, just because, I mean, there's nothing beats watching the end of that film with a group of friends. But Zombieland is also a super fun ending, and it's funny throughout. I like watching Jesse Eisenberg get thrown around pretty much by Woody Harrelson throughout that entire film. So, but yeah, I would say Zombieland is just the overall better choice for summer film in my eyes.
Okay, I think you're wrong, but
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, shocking. I do think you're wrong. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it is a very summer-y movie, summer-esque movie. It's that time period between, I mean, at the end of at the end of the 60s and transitioning into the 70s, which in that time before, the end of the movie, it was a very feel good time. It's a very feel good time period. No one was really taking anything seriously. And like, what Casey was talking about earlier, that really freedom to do anything you want was very, very felt during that time period, and it's very conveyed in the movie.
As it does
Also,
in Zombieland.
wrong. Also, I would like to say that the plot for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't crazy. It's not a big, thought out kind of plot that you have to pay attention to. It's one of those movies you could throw on in the backyard while you have a group of friends over. You don't really have to pay attention to it. So you can talk to your friends, you can enjoy the weather, you can enjoy being outdoors without having to be glued to the screen trying to figure out what the movie's about, because it is a very, very simple but enjoyable plot that I think anyone could enjoy. um the end of that movie, like we were talking about, is the best part of the movie. um it is very, it's a good conclusion to the movie itself, but if we're talking about why it feels like summertime, is because it wraps the energy from the rest of the movie. It kind of wraps it up. You know what I'm saying? Like you got this good feel good movie that you're just enjoying in the backyard with a group of people, and then at the end is this just big hurrah that you can it's fun to watch. It's a fun scene to watch. Most importantly, it's a fun movie to watch. And the soundtrack, I think, also plays in to my argument a lot. Like "Son of a Lovin' Man," that is a perfect summertime type of song. I listen to that song all the time on my summer days. "Good Thing," also great song to listen to in the summertime. Very good, warm feeling song. um and the colors in that movie, the color grading and the cinematography in that movie is very bright. They're using very bright colors, very warm color grading. The way that movie is shot, there are lots of wide shots that kind of gives you the idea of the whole scene. It's kind of conveying the energy that way. There's a very specific scene that I remember where Sharon Tate goes to that pool party, the scene where she's dancing at the party. I mean, that's like an iconic scene in the movie, and it's very summertime feeling, having a good time with your friends, partying, having fun, feeling great, and carefree. And there, I rest my case there.
Am I allowed to
Yeah.
rebuttal that at all?
Yeah, this is the final. You guys are allowed.
I think a lot of the things that Cece just said there contradict her own statement, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
You say that the last hurrah, that movie, is the best part of the movie. I would argue that maybe for a summer movie, you don't want to wait a ton till the end for the best part of the movie. I feel like Zombieland gives a lot of great moments throughout the entire film. Also, you mentioned again the colors and cinematography. I feel like Zombieland also does a lot with colors and cinematography. Let alone the fact that, I mean, you mentioned here the plot is very simple. It is not. It is not a simple plot. I don't know if you're watching the same movie. For a new person who has never seen that movie, you have to be glued to the screen watching it. So I disagree entirely with the you can have it on the background without anybody being confused. I feel like a lot of people would be confused because the plot seems to be going nowhere until the very end of the film. Whereas Zombieland is very straightforward. They're trying to get to a place that they are hearing is a safe spot in the apocalypse. I think that that's very simple. And but yeah, I rest my case there. I think that Zombieland is overall just an easier to digest film.
See now, Casey, you say that the plot, it feels like it's not going anywhere until the end. Where I think personally that it is a very, very enjoyable movie, but the fact that maybe the movie is a little bit slow paced and it's not plot driven as much as another movie, so it's easier to follow. It's just a fun movie to watch and enjoy in the background. And a movie having its best scene at the very end of the movie is very very symbolic. It's again, if you're watching this during the summer, hanging out with your friends, it's a very great way to just wrap up the night. You know what I'm saying?
CC, are you thirsty right now?
No,
Because
Casey,
right now
why?
you're grasping for straws. You're
I
grasping for
know. I
straws.
don't. I
Let me
don't
tell
think
you
I
something
am.
right now. Let me tell
I
you
don't
something
think
right
I
now.
am. In
Let me tell
other
you
of
something right
my,
now.
I will admit, in other of my movies, I might have been, but in this one, I'm really not, because I
You're
actually
grasping at
personally
straws here,
do
son.
believe this is my favorite summertime movie.
All right.
Don't get me wrong. It's a great summertime movie. It's made it this far, but is it a more digestible film than Zombieland? No. You're
Yes,
arguing that it's a simple plot. It is not a simple plot. I was so
which
confused
is
the first time I was
easier
watching it
to
most of the movie.
digest.
No!
All right.
Yes,
All right.
Casey.
All right. All right. All right. This is where I'm going to
Casey's
come in.
getting violent. You gotta
So,
wrap it up.
I agree with Casey in the sense of Zombieland is easier to understand. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is not an easy movie to just pick up and watch. It's very long, but the rule is summertime. I didn't say
Mm-hmm.
easy to watch. I didn't say length. I didn't say any of that.
Right.
They both take place during the summer. They both got released during the summer. They have very summery like vibes to them. Practically, the difference between the two movies, because they're both action comedy in a sense. Like there's action and comedy in both. Overall, I'm not being biased. If I was gonna be biased, I wouldn't even give Zombieland a shot. To be honest, I Casey thinks I'm gonna. No, listen to me. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. Zombieland overall has a huge summertime feel. I think it's why it won its bracket. Um, I think the carnival at the end literally is right. Like carnivals are summer. That's the definition of summer in a nutshell. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is more just like lake, beach house, private California area. You got your feet out the window when you're driving with all the hippies. Um, you're making like an old western type feel movie during it. Um, Overall, I think they're both really strong. I think both of them are very, 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 very strong contenders. But obviously, I have to pick one, and this is really difficult. Very, 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 very difficult. And the music is cued for me to decide which one's the winner of this year's episode of Mirror Versus.
This year's episode?
This year's episode. Next episode.
There's only one episode this year?
Maybe.
Damn.
Nah, there will be more episodes this year. Don't you worry, folks. But the winner is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Round of applause. Round of applause. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the winner of today's episode. The loser is Casey Lambert. Any words, Casey?
Loser is.
Loser.
Any words?
Any
yeah,
words?
I'd argue that half of the plot
Boo.
of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is not. It's half of it isn't even taking place in the summer.
Boo.
It's in Hollywood.
All right. Thank you for the words, Casey. Thank you for the words. In a sense, Casey did win bracket 2, so he is not a total loser.
He's a total loser.
He did win bracket 2.
CC, you call me a
easily.
total loser. Is the pot called the kettle black?
CC, how do you feel? Any words that you want?
I feel great. I've been saying it for a while that I have a better sense of movies than Casey does. So this is really just making this come full circle for me. And yeah, I like it a lot, and I'll rub it in Casey's face for a long, long time after this.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
So I didn't really come up with what the winner or loser gets. I didn't really think about it. I'll get back to you guys. They don't. The audience doesn't need to know. Um,
Okay. All right.
in a
You're saying I get
sense,
$5 for competing?
you both are winners. I'll say that you both individual did win a bracket. So
What?
you will probably both be getting something, or in a sense, you won't be getting punished for being a loser. But I'll say this: Cece has more bragging rights now because she won the overall bracket.
I do. I do have more bragging rights.
She has more bragging
Correct.
rights now.
Correct.
That was episode 1 of Mirrorverses. Thank you for watching. Uh, next time, next episode, will not be movies. It will be something else. So look out for that. Once again, thank you for watching. Shout out to our sponsor that I don't have. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the episode and say your goodbyes, guys.
Bye, guys.
My name's Casey.
Casey's
All right.
lame. Casey sucks
Hi,
as.
my name's Brian.